So I always say Big Brother is watching. Like, I have been talking about like the workout pants with the pockets on the side, and then suddenly they show up on your Facebook feed or your Instagram feed trying to get you to buy it. So I always say that Big Brother is watching or listening or around, you know. So my husband and I were talking the other day. I was driving home. We were just sparking up a conversation about like what we want to do, where we want to go in life. And I was expressing some true fears to him. I was like, man, my credit is just like not great. Like, let's just be real. It ain't great. And I was like, and I feel like that's really going to hinder me from doing what I want to do. So we started talking about how our culture, I really can't talk about anyone else's culture. All I can talk about is mine. But they didn't really talk to us about credit and finances and budgeting and just kind of being smart with your money. I didn't learn how to, first of all, I didn't even learn what credit was until I had an apartment, I had a car, I had daycare payment. Like, I was grown. Now, mind you, I was like 19. But I started working at a bank and I started learning about credit. But because I was a single mom and I was trying to figure it out and I was so young, even though I was learning about credit, I still was destroying my own. I went from having no credit to bad credit. So, you know, you try to like dug your paddle, keep your head above water, and then, you know, you end up where you are. So fast forward 10, 15 years, and here we are today. So we were talking about that and how we're planning on educating our children and things we can do to just help them, first of all, be financially stable at an early age, understand credit and savings, and just kind of set them up for success. Something that I'm not going to say our parents didn't do for us, but maybe they just didn't have the means. So with that being said, I came home, and my normal ritual when I lay down in the bed and this child won't let me sleep, I start watching YouTube. So I've been like Amazon favorites and all these other crazy videos that I've been obsessed with. But guess what pops up on my recommendations? Budgeting. So I say, you know what? Let me watch this. Bruh, I fell. It was like, fell in love. I was like, why am I not doing this? Why have I not decided to do this? So I've thought about budgeting before, and I thought it was crazy. I was like, I can't, you know, write down all my bills and all that stuff. Like, I'm good. I got this. I ain't got it. It's a lie. I ain't got it. So I watched the video, and I really, really liked the method that the lady had. And then I watched some more videos, and I watched some more videos. So now I'm like super obsessed, and I text my husband at like 4 in the morning. I'm like, babe, here's this video. This is what I'm doing this year. He's like, that's amazing. You know, he's just so supportive. Now, mind you, we do keep all of our stuff separate. So just because I'm budgeting doesn't mean that will work for him. But for me, and my finances, what I pay, and my credit individually, yeah, I'm excited to at least try this. So I want to tell you guys like some of the tips and things that I have learned or am going to try. I really spent my whole money. I can't talk. Oh, I really spent my whole morning creating a budget for the rest of the month, or because of how I get paid personally, it's kind of going to go from mid-month to mid-month. That's going to be my 30-day. But yeah, I'm super excited. So yeah, stay tuned, guys, because I was going to actually do this for a couple months and then like roll out with the video like, hey, so this is what I learned about budgeting. But this can be a journey for us all. Let's all do this together. Let's do this together, guys. Let's save money and build our credit and, you know, do all the good stuff. So yeah, keep watching. So I want to say this because I know it's a lot of single parents who watch my videos. hey y'all, hey everyone, or people maybe one household, because I know a lot of people they might have a spouse, but they're one household incomes, and everyone that I really saw doing these, that was kind of what they were doing. They were either a single parent or they had one income. So you can do it with 1 or 2 incomes. Mind you, this budget is strictly for me. It's not my husband. We have our own separate bills. Like, we literally have our list of things to live, and it's like, okay, so you're gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, you're gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, and that's what we do each month. So I got certain things I pay, like cable, electricity. He got certain things he paid, like phone bill, car insurance, you know, so yeah. So I am doing 2 methods that I saw kind of combined in one. So I'm doing a calendar method, and I'm doing cash envelopes. Yeah. So a little bit about, let's say the calendar method. I'll show you guys February, because I really don't have a lot of stuff going on. My January is like full of crap, but I'll show you guys February. So all I did was literally went to all of my bills and wrote down what day they're due. So I have my New York & Company, my Ulta, what's that? Furniture right there. I got Spectrum and Jenny's. Capital One is down here. So that's what I did. I just went to all my bills. There's some stuff that's due like the end of January, granted, we ain't there yet. And I did it all for February. So when these things are due. And then I put on there when I would get paid. So my account, I get paid like a couple days before everyone else. So I kind of like guesstimated. It's always a different day each month, but based on my pay cycle, I kind of like guesstimated when I would get paid, and I wrote that on here as well. And then, so I do get paid twice a month. So what I did was highlighted in one color items that would be get paid with my first check, highlighted in another color items that would get paid with my second check. And this is actually going to be a visual. I'm a super duper visual learner. So this is going to be a visual cue for me to know, first of all, when everything is falling, because you know everything got a different due date. I don't know why stuff is not due on the 1st and the 15th, like paydays hit, but that's just me. But everything is going to fall on a different day. So it also helps you not to miss nothing, because I was looking, right, and I was like, why that bill so high? You missed that one last month. I hate missing payments on anything, guys, because late fees, it's unnecessary. So so this month is I'm actually gonna have less to work with at the very end, because I missed a payment or 2 on some things. Not big things, but I'm pretty sure I missed my cable bill. So the struggle is real. And then another thing I did, so that's the calendar method. On my calendar, so I go to a lot of meetings. I use my calendar for both business and personal. So I don't put, well, I'm not going to put, I made the choice not to put too much information. I literally just put the bill name. So New York & Company, or Credit One, or Capital One, or whatever it might be, or whatever. But I didn't put the amounts or anything like that. I didn't even put bill. I just put the name. So that is my visual cue for that. So that is just kind of getting me started for the month. But what I have in this book is actually going to be the bread and butter of everything. So I am not going to show you guys my numbers, because I don't like y'all like that, unless y'all want to pay one of my bills. It's like, but I'm going to explain and kind of write on here what I did. So I had this journal, and oh my gosh, I got this journal like 2 years ago, because me and my girlfriend were at Barnes and Nobles, and we got these journals. They're huge. This is what they look like on the inside. It's just a nice big thick binded journal. And she's been to training for a year, and now she's in She's like working overseas. Hey, boo. So I've had this sitting around. I do have some pages missing because I've tried to start it with something, but it didn't really fit what I wanted to use the journal for. But now this is perfect. So I just have, so if you guys can see, like, can't really see, but I've torn some pages out of here. So I don't have the nicest handwriting. And then there's so many people who do like stickers and all these nice things. I don't need all that. That's extra money I ain't got to spend. 2019 Operation Credit Repair. So that is what this is called. And if you guys watch Once Upon a Time, they always have like Operation this and Operation that. That's like me and my kids, like one of our shows together. So I love that. So what I did and what I decided to do. So this year I am going to work on my credit cards, paying off my credit cards, all of them. I like took and went through all of my credit cards and put down their balance as of today. So what I'm going to do every end of the month, after all the bills are paid, about a week after when I'm about to start budgeting for the next month, I'm going to write down, you know, my credit card balances and kind of watch them fall. So, okay, let me get into it because I'm just all over the place because I'm super excited because I really am excited about budgeting. So what I did, so I said for today, because I'm always going to do the end of the month, I'm always backwards. Do what works for you. It doesn't have to be 1st to 31st, whatever works for you. So I'm going to write down all my credit cards and their balances. Now, I am going to just pay the minimum balance. Hold up, because I am going to do a snowball effect or snowball method. I don't know. I really didn't watch this stuff. I'm just getting these words from the couple of videos that I freaking watched last night. But what I essentially got from it is you pay off one thing and then that's done. Throw that in the bin. And then you pay off the next thing. And there's different ways to do it. How I'm choosing to do it. So I am going to pay my minimum on each, period. And then after my bills and other expenses, whatever money I have left, I'm going to snowball, basketball, whatever, onto that bill, that one that I'm choosing to pay. So for January, so I wrote down all of them. And then what I decided to do is probably the worst method ever. As far as my credit cards, I'm paying off, the first one that I'm paying off is the one with the lowest balance. It literally was like one of my first credit cards. They never gave me an increase. They were like, girl, whatever. You know, one of them credit cards that you get and then you got to pay half the credit card as your activation fee. So you get the credit card and you already owe half the balance. Raggedy. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. But I did it at like 19. So I'm gonna pay that credit card off first because the balance really isn't that high. And then my second credit card that I'm going to pay off is my New York & Company one. It's like, why are you choosing New York & Company? Because I don't shop there. So I know it sounds crazy to have a credit card that you don't use and don't shop at. But when I was 30, so like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I ended up getting one pair of pants from New York & Company. My sister and I just happened to walk in there and I liked a pair of pants and I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and apply and see, you know, it's my birthday. Well, they gave me a credit card. So now I have this credit card that continues to increase in the available balance. I don't use it. I don't use it at all. I don't shop there. Like every now and then I'll get myself a purse or I'll get my mama something or my mother-in-law something, you know, but I, Renee, don't shop there. So I'm going to pay that one off second because I know I'm never going to touch that. Like, it's just like, whatever. Like, and then I'm going to like trickle down from there to my, you know, just regular credit cards, Credit One, things of that nature. And then my last one, the last on my list, poor last one on my list is Ulta. Because Ulta is something I actually use all the time. I'm always shopping at Ulta. You know, that'll be like when I'm rewarding myself or when they're always having a sale. So I can't even say when they're having a sale, but just when I'm giving myself a little reward. So I'm not going to pay that one off first because I know that that one really truly is revolving because I love Ulta. So first one with the lowest balance for me, because it gives me that sense of accomplishment. I did something, I accomplished something, I paid something off, you know. The second one is the one I do not use, do not plan to use. It's just not my style, so I'm never gonna touch it. And then just kind of go from there and pay the other ones off. So I'm gonna turn my page. I feel so bad because I'm not showing y'all nothing. Like, people were like showing like all their, this is how much I get, these are how much all my bills cost. I was like, y'all giving a lot to YouTube. I'm not giving y'all that much. So my next page is, I guess, the bread and butter. The bread and butter. It is the breakdown of this month. So it is, so the first page is literally just data for me. It's how much my credit card balances are and in the order that I plan to pay them off. That's gonna stay the same. The order at least is gonna stay the same for the rest of the month. I mean, for the rest of the year. The balances will go down based on interest rates or whatever. They'll go down slowly. The ones that are getting snowballed that month will go down quicker, but everything else is just getting a minimum so I can get that bulk at the end. Now, when tax time comes, or, you know, raises, or military to get clothing allowance, things of that nature, then I can throw some more, you know, add stuff or pay some other stuff off. But for right now, I just want to make those payments, keep them happy and keep them good in good standing, and throw big chunks at the ones that I choose to pay off that month, if that makes sense. So on the next page, I have all of my bills that I have allotted to pay with that paycheck. So my end of the month pay, beginning of the month, end of the month, whatever, you know, it falls kind of funky. Pay, whichever ones in my calendar are highlighted in yellow are the ones that I'm going to pay. Now, how I did it, so I did the ones that were, so say I'm getting paid on the 1st and the 15th, just to keep it easy. I highlighted the ones in yellow already that are due between the 1st and the 15th. And I did that and I was like, dang, I really don't have that many bills between the 1st and the 15th. So I started looking at, but I know my car payment is a middle of the month payment, and that's a bigger payment. So I started looking at my 15th to 30 and see, okay, so what else can I pay at the beginning of the month to kind of balance my two paychecks. So my last pay isn't getting completely eaten up. I can balance some of that by paying things early, because it's okay to pay things early, okay? So I did that, and I got my balance. So total bills, and literally when I get paid, I'm gonna pull out this sheet and just go down the line and pay those bills. Psh, 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 pay those bills. So then I have my pay, because, you know, military love, I pay don't change. It's like 1 or 2 times a year when it changes a little bit, fluctuate a little bit, but it doesn't change. So I put my pay minus my bills that I had already calculated and got my overage, you know, what I have left. So for me, I like round numbers, and I know everyone's like, pay yourself first, pay yourself first, pay yourself first. But for me, even though savings is huge, I feel like because I'm being more aggressive with my credit this year, I'm saving in the long run, because my interest rates are going to go down. I'm going to be able to stop paying so much for things that I need for myself and my family. So I'm just putting the difference in my savings account. So say I have $567 left over after bills are paid. I'm gonna put $67 in my savings. If I have $545, I'm gonna put $45 in my savings. So that will fluctuate every month, and that'll leave me with $500 left. So then with that $500, you take, okay, so we paid the bills, but bills aren't the only thing that's gonna keep us alive. We need certain things. So for me, it is groceries. couponing, gas, miscellaneous / kids, and then a Renee fund. And I know that sounds crazy, but I need to know if I want to get that cup of coffee from Starbucks, I can. If I want to buy that one lipstick, I can. You know, if I want to, I don't know, get some Ben & Jerry's, I can. If I want to get my eyebrows waxed, I can. But I'm always harping on my kids about, you need to save your money up for things that you really want. So that's what I plan to do. I plan to put my Renee fund and kind of save it for things that I really want. So, you know, that just because I have money allotted for my Renee fund doesn't mean that I'm going to spend that money this 2 weeks. You know, but I feel like I work hard for this money. I should be able to buy a cup of Starbucks if I want to. You feel me? You got to take care of yourself. So for me, and so this is going to be my cash envelopes. Okay. You guys with me? I know I'm going all over the place, but I'm so excited about this. So this is going to be my cash envelopes. So I have this, where's it at? Where's that? Oh, so I have this, my Hot Mama thing, and I'm going to put envelopes in here. So if you find this, give me it back because it got my money in it. Thank you. But I'm going to have an envelope labeled groceries, couponing, gas, miscellaneous / kids, and Renee. And I'm going to put the denominations that I decided. So if it's 200 for groceries, 200 in cash is going to go in the envelope. If it's 60 for couponing, because I haven't been couponing that much. So you got to think that's 2 weeks. So that's 2 cycles of couponing. It's like $30 a week. It's really not that much. Or miscellaneous / kids might be $50. So that might be if I'm not cooking a day to get the McDonald's or whatever. Gas, you know, how much do I need for gas for 2 weeks or whatever. So cash is going to go in envelopes for that amount, those amounts. And then that's it. That's all I got until my next pay, until I put more money. Now, I don't know what other people do. They really haven't discussed rollover, but I'm all about rollover. So I know if I put 200 in there for food or groceries and only use 160, I got 40 left for groceries. So that means the next month, if I don't use it, or the next pay period, if I don't use it, I got $240. You know, and if I start getting excess, like a whole lot, if I end up with like $350 in there, then I understand maybe I don't need $200 worth of food every 2 weeks. I might just need $150, you know. So we'll adjust. We're just starting this. We're going to have some adjustments, right? So then you subtract that amount, so your cash envelopes, from your excess for your leftover money, and then that gives you your snowball, if that makes sense. So say I had 500, because I like round numbers, so I have 500 left. And after I divvy up the amount for my cash envelopes, I have 100 left. That $100 is going to be paid straight to Do Not Pass Go, the credit card that of my choosing, that I said would be the first one that was going to get paid off. So does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's that snowball. So even though I'm paying, now I'm still gonna pay that minimum. When that payment is due, I'm still gonna pay that minimum, but it's gonna get that additional $100 paid, and that's gonna be the snowball. That's how we're gonna bring that down. So I know this month I'm not gonna have that much because I told y'all, I forgot, I missed the payment on the cable. So I got 2 cable bills this month. That's fine. So next month, you know, it should be way more than what I have right now. And then you also start seeing your spending and being more cautious and aware. So let me just recap this, because it was so much and I was all over the place. So let me just recap, roll it again for you guys. So every month I'm going to take my calendar and I'm going to log into every one of my bills, and I'm going to put them on the calendar based on when they are due. I put it in red because I write in black a lot on my calendars. So all of your bills for the month, the due dates are on your calendar. For me, while I was in it, I already was writing down the amounts that are due because I ain't got time to log in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. If I'm in it, I'm going to get all the information I need and write it down somewhere so that way I can pull from that information later without having to re-log in. I want to make this as easy as possible. So, second thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look at my calendar and I'm going to say, okay, so if this is my first paycheck, I'm going to look at from the 1st to the 15th, what is due in between those dates. Write them down. Write them down, their amounts, and actually I added it up. So, and then I looked at the amount that I was paying. It's like $300, and I was like, that ain't nothing. I got space. Now, granted, I could have took that and threw that into like 3 credit cards, but I was like, no, we need to pay more bills because I know my car payment is at the end of the month, so I know I need to balance my finances a little bit. So then I started looking at the 15th to the 31st or 30th or 28th, whatever month you're talking about, and said, okay, what can I pay early that will offset my two paychecks? And that's what I did. And then I added those in, subtracted, got that amount. And I said, okay, I'm good with that amount. That amount is kind of the same as what I know my second amount was going to be. So I'm good with that. So that is my amount of bills. Okay. So I take my pay. Now for me, I know what my pay is because it doesn't change that much. If you don't know exactly what your pay is going to be, wait till your payday to pay it, to do it, right? So you take your pay minus your bills that you just calculated over here, and that is your amount left over. Don't be alarmed, it's probably still a good amount. If you're negative or you don't have no money left after, you really need to cut some things out. Cable, eating out, something is taking up your money. You're living way too far beyond your means, right? So your pay minus your bills is your amount left over. Now, for me, I like to take and make that a rounded number. So if I have $545, I'm putting $45 in savings. $575, I'm putting $75 in savings. You do whatever works for you. Some people like percentages. Some people like flat amounts. Every month, I'm going to put $100, or every 2 weeks, I'm going to put $50, or I'm going to put 10% of my full amount. Do whatever works for you. Whatever saving method works for you, but pay yourself. Please pay yourself. So after I get my full rounded number, it's time to think about my cash envelopes. Everyone doesn't do cash envelopes, but for me, I know it's going to work because I have that cash in hand. So I'm not going to go over. I'm not going to swipe my card. I'm literally going to go into the store with my little hot mama thing, and that's it. I'm going to leave my cards in the car. So I'm not even tempted. This is it for me. I'm pretty sure it's going to work. So for me, I have my things, my groceries, my couponing, my miscellaneous / kids. I have a Renee fund, and I also have gas. Everybody needs gas. Figure out, what do you need to survive? What are the things that you're spending your money on? If you absolutely positively have to eat out, make that a thing. Say, okay, I have to get lunch at work. I can't pack my lunch. I can't leave campus. I have to go downstairs to the cafeteria and eat. Make that one of your cash envelopes and only eat the amount that you have in there. Budget for that. Budget for what works for you and your family. Don't let people tell you that there's something wrong with that. If you eat out every morning, or if it's just so easy for you to, like for me, I work in a hospital. It's super easy to go downstairs and freaking get a coffee and some boiled eggs in the morning. Granted, I got all that at the house. All that at the house. But it's super easy. If that's what you want to do, budget for it. Put it in a cash envelope, or whatever method it is that you're choosing to do. So after your cash envelopes are divvied up, what do you have left? So for me, that money left, honestly, I'd be like, oh, I got money left. Let me go to Marshall's. Let me go to Ulta. Let me go shopping. Like, that's so bad, y'all. For real. Like, for real, for real. Like, super for real. It's so bad. But that was me. I like to go and get myself something. That's why I got Renee Fun, right? Or the kids something or whatever. So what do you have left? Whatever you have left is your snowball. And you're going to throw it at whatever it is that you decided that you were working on that year. So for me, it is my revolving credit. It is my credit cards. So this first month of January, I'm going to be paying off my lowest balance credit card so I can have a sense of accomplishment. It's literally going to take me 2 months to completely pay it off and then be done with it, you know, and then next year or whenever these credit cards are completely paid off, I'll be able to say, okay, now what? What's next? I already know what's next for me. But what's next for y'all? What's next for me is like furniture bills, all them dumb other bills, little installment loans that I gotta pay off. It's that type of stuff. But this year is credit cards. So I'm super excited, guys. This is my first month. So, it is another method. I'm doing a paycheck method. So I get paid twice a month. My bills fluctuate throughout the month. My paychecks are the same, but their formula will be different because I'm paying different amounts at different times for different bills. So I could never take my full chunk for the month and budget everything because I don't get paid once a month. I get paid twice a month. So when I get paid, I'm literally going to do this exact thing. I'm going to go to all these bills. I am going to pay all these bills. I'm going to pull my cash out for the amounts that I'm going to put in my cash envelopes. I'm going to pay that leftover to my snowball account. And if you have any fees, like I have a $5 fee just so I can like use ATMs and crazy stuff like that on my account. It's calculated in there. So everything should be about the same. So just, if you haven't been able to keep your head above water, or if you haven't been able to get where you want to be with your credit, I honestly am tired of going to places and they telling me what I can get. I want to go somewhere and I tell them what I want. You know that commercial of like 816. I'm be like that. Like, I realized that I'm aggressive with everything, with my job, with my marriage, with my personal life, with my friends. Like, I am very intentional with the things that I do in my life, but I've never been intentional when it comes to my money, when it comes to my finances, and when it comes to really limiting myself. And it's crazy. I'm so excited. Like, I know I'm not going to be shopping this year. I'm not saying I'm going on a no buy. I would never put myself in that box. But I know that I'm not really, it's going to be like a little reward. But as I see my credit going up and as I see my financial situation changing, that is the ultimate reward. So when I recap, because I'm not going to do this type of thing every month. Like, if people leave comments or email me questions, a lot of people have been DMing me on Instagram. Thanks. That's a super easy way to get in contact with me. Like, email is difficult. There's so many unanswered emails. But DM is super easy because I'm on Instagram a lot. I'm trying to be more present on social media for you guys. But have questions, want to talk, want to figure it out together, whatever. I'm learning too. But I honestly don't think I'm going to do like a monthly thing with this budgeting thing. I truly think I'm going to just like do maybe like a 6 month, like in June, come back. And then maybe at the end of the year after it's been like a full year. So super excited though. I'm like so excited. I just can't hide it. So yeah, guys, I challenge you to join me in this, to look up some budgeting videos. You don't have to do what I do. Whatever works for you and your finances and your family. But just be more cautious, conscious. Everything's big. I just can't talk or nothing. But be more conscious of your finances and be more aggressive and making the necessary changes to get yourself where you truly want to be financially. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'm super excited that you guys stuck it out because it's a hell of a long video, but it's good information and I wish I could have made it more fun, but everything ain't gotta be fun. Like, this is like changing our life right now, okay? We gonna get good credit together, okay? But yeah, so please like and subscribe. Definitely share. If you know anyone else that's in the same boat as us, share this and let them be like, you know what, girl? I vow to go ahead and start budgeting too. It's scary, especially like writing down all your credit card balances. I was like, ooh, girl. Okay, but it's worth it too. So you can't attack it, you can't change it if you don't go at it full force. So thanks guys for watching. Bye.